Hello everyone, welcome back to another Gaming Devin video, and in today's video I'll be showing you some tips and tricks how vehicle convoys work in Arma Reforger, or the ways that I usually do it. Some of you have been asking questions: how do you get them to stay in the vehicle, how you get them to move in order in a convoy, and yada yada yada. And I will gladly show what I know so far in today's video. These two mods are going to be very useful when you do stuff like these. These are just general improvement to the AI and tools as a game master. Tutorial person, I'm sorry, but I will show you to the best what I know. So, first things first, usually what you want to do in a convoy is separate the vehicles from a nice distance. Because when they usually start going, they will crash into each other like idiots. So you want to make sure they're all nicely spaced. And just put a random group of Soviets inside. Okay. So then you just select them. You can either do it just... You can do it one... If you want them to go to different areas, you can always just select them. You go to area you want. Hit triangle, that will automatically tell them to move. So if you want him to deploy there... You can hear them starting up their vehicle, want them to deploy there. And you want this one, let's say, to deploy in the base. You can do that and they will start going. So, yep, so they're in the middle, they move to the right. See, they're all going. But what's usually going to happen is one will always kind of be faster than the other three. Since I give the order to the first person, he started off by himself, then yada 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 yada. Which is convoy-wide, they're really spread apart. If you want them closer, compact, there's a few ways to do that too. Let me just show you what I mean. So let's say we're doing trucks this time. Do one truck there, one truck there, and we'll do this. Two. You select them all together, hold square, create a new AI group, and they're all linked to one group. Now, I should have not linked them to that middle guy. Oops. So what I'm going to do is this. Damn it. Okay, that didn't work. Anyway, so then if I say move here, what's going to happen is the commander is like, okay, we're going to move here. Then he orders everyone to be in linked, and they will all start going off at once. And usually what happens is they will try to stay together, but since he is a squad leader, he wants to go front. So usually when you want to link up, you want to link up who's ever the front vehicle as squad leader. So yeah, since this is slower, they're going to be doing like weird, like trying to get off-road. So what you usually want to do in these scenarios, if you want to avoid something like this, because this vehicle is trying to stay pace with these two and pretty much keep them back. Now he won't try to go in front and like cut them off. He will they're gonna keep stopping each other. So he is front vehicle. He's gonna go there, but at least this time they're kind of staying together. They're not separating too much. So this one's better for that. Now, if you want to do something different with weapon armaments, and what I mean by that, let's say we have a scenario where you have seen your... Shut up. Let's say you've seen a scenario where you have a gunner in the vehicle and he randomly just leaves it. Not because the vehicle was out of ammo or he was hurt, he just randomly leaves it, and so does the driver. To fix that problem, is you select over the unit who's been doing that. You go to edit properties. You go all the way to unities. You scroll all the way down to force stay in vehicle. So the AI who is selected will be forced to be signed in their vehicles. So they would not leave for anything unless you're dragging them out because they're dead. So they will stay in there. So what I should have done in the trick scenario is did that. So this is front vehicle. You want front vehicle to be pretty much squad leader. And there we go. Now these vehicles are slower, so the best convoys are if the vehicles are usually the same. I know that kind of sucks, but a lot of the cases, if a vehicle is faster, they will try to blitz. Now another way to solve that, sometimes, this doesn't always work, is you tell them to move relaxed, so they try to go at a nicer pace, like they won't rush things. And that'd be nice. So the commanders, they stopped because their order just got changed. Yep, so another reason why you back them off is they like to go backwards before they go straight again. So there you go. So yeah, they're kind of separating. But interesting thing I'm also going to note, what AI usually do too, is if AI or in vehicles are stopped by ambush, let's say there's Americans like them. There you go. So the vehicle is going to engage. Damn, the American sniped him. All right. So anyway, yep. They're engaging Americans. They kill the American ambushers. So what's going to happen, it's going to take a couple minutes, unfortunately, because they're double tapping the Americans, because suppressing, is after they realize that potentially the threat is neutralized, they are going to stay in their positions for a little bit. Then they're going to send out a team to make sure that the American threat was dealt with. And then after a couple minutes of making sure the area is secure, they will go back to their vehicles and mount up and continue with their way. So let's keep an eye on them to prove that what I'm saying is true. So, yep, they're sending a couple members to see what the heck's happening. They have a guy who's by the vehicles watching. They have two people watching their rear vehicle, making sure it's not going to get jacked, and also defending their rear. They're sending out their scouts to make sure the threat is neutralized. And after a couple minutes, they will return to their vehicles, mount up, and go. This poor guy. He got sniped so quickly. Is the driver good? Driver's good. So, yeah. So, yep, area secure. They're coming back. They should start mounting up again. Yep. So they're going to mount up again in their vehicles, and once most of them are mounted up, sometimes I don't know if this is a bug or this is a intentional, but some soldiers do not mount up, and they will walk with the vehicles, even though the vehicles will outpace them, on the side all the way up to whatever objective is. Now, to be said, when you're doing convoy ops, sometimes you don't place the AI like super far away to go to like a very far point, because longer it is, harder for the AI. Also, there has to be someone in the area for the AI to actually be activated and moving, in a sense. So once this AI get in that vehicle, they're gonna leave, and these two are gonna walk the rest of the way. I don't know why they just do this. So what you usually want to do if you're doing a PvE or player, well, I guess for PvE users, you just want to grab the AI and just put them back in the vehicle. or if you're just doing this for entertainment. So yep, he got in the vehicle. They will turn near the convoy and up on their way. And these two will walk the rest of the way. So if oh, what are you guys doing? Nice. Love the AI. They only get smarter, huh? Mm-hmm. And all my scenarios have tested this. Of course that happens. Jesus Christ. So after their victory, they all got obviously drunk off vodka, so they're having some fun time continuing their objective. But I hope that was useful for anyone who was wondering how you do kind of vehicle convoys. Like I said, they're always not going to be perfect. But the CRX mods definitely do help a bit, and it also depends where you are. Like, especially wide roads are easier. So yeah, after he got over his buzz, he's back in formation. The other one completely got stuck like an idiot. And you have the two guys walking. So let's say they get ambushed again. Your two troops are ready to like push on the road, hills and everything. So anything else I should show you involving vehicle wise? Oh yes, so when you're using mod vehicles, it can get more buggy with the AI. Especially if let's say you do a monster truck one for the AI, they could go too fast with it. The AI would sometimes just blitz using vehicles. Like if it's a fast car, they would drive fast. If it's a tank, they could be fast or slow. Typically, another thing you may want to do too, in a sense, is you goddamn idiots. So if you also tell vehicles, let's say you want them to go off-road, they're really bad for that. They're so bad for going off-road. Like if I say, let's go here and delete their last order. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention. Once you spawn AI in vehicles and you tell them to a location, those vehicles are registered to that AI group. So to them, these vehicles, like, okay, these are vehicles we will use them again. So don't spawn AI next to a vehicles and expect them to automatically go into the vehicle. They will not do that. You have to spawn them in those vehicles, and then they are registered to that AI unit, per se. So he is going to try to get to this dirt road and use the dirt road. So when I tell him to go here, he's probably going to take this path and go all the way up there. Unfortunately, I do not have the time to spend here for an hour watching them trying to climb a mountain with the vehicles. Because if they're doing what I think they're doing, they're going to go all the way. Something like this. And like down this dirt path through this town and like dismount something right here. Oh no, they are going this route. So they do not go off-road. They have a very hard time to do that. Usually this is where you control them as the player and everything like that. I hope this was useful. Once again, I know I'm rambling and probably repeating myself. I am sorry. Like I said, I'm not really good at reviewing stuff. This is new. But if this was useful, you're welcome. If you have any more questions or would like me to showcase more things, which would be a horrible idea to ask me, feel free to comment. And I'll see you in another video. Ciao.